Hi, really quick tutorial on how to build your own TRX system. So I had a look around the house and I found a vacuum cleaner I was going to throw out. So I cut the cable off of it, both ends, the plug and the end next to the vacuum cleaner. If you haven't got one of these around, it's about 5 meters worth of length. That's going to give me a lot of slack to be able to change it and be able to hook it over some high points if I need to. What I then needed was a handle and a way of fixing it and being able to adjust it. So I found some bits of wood. There's a handrail that I'd taken off the other week, so cut off this, drilled a couple of holes in them, and I needed 2 discs to secure them. It needed to be reasonably thick, certainly for the locking disc, because when the pressure gets put into the middle, if it's too thin it's going to snap. These are probably too thick, but it's just a quick 5-minute job. From there I need to thread on the first bit that the ends are going to attach on. It slides up, and then put on the locking disc. With the locking disc I need to thread it back through, so the same end thread goes back through, and that's going to lock off so that it's not then going to slide up through where everything attaches on. Then thread it through one handle at the bottom, like so. So you can see we're here. This bit's sliding at the moment. Here's my locking disc and here's the end of my handle. Now I need to just loosen this off just a touch, so I'm going to thread a bit of extra distance through there, thread this through the second hole on there. Doesn't need to be a fancy knot, just needs to be a way that it's going to be secure onto there. Now, because it's quite slippery, can't get very good grip onto that. Put that nice and tight. That's going to hold on to there. What we've got now is the locking nut's going to stop anything from sliding through, and that's going to hold on. Once I've got it attached on, using this locking nut I can shorten it by moving this further up, pulling it a bit closer up, and that's going to have shortened it up. Then I can lengthen it out, taking some of the slack out towards the handle, and then that go further up TRX, and that's going to slide down and get stuck onto there, shortening the distance. You might find that because it's cord cable, you might just need to loosen it through the handle as well, and then it just makes it nice and even when it sits into there. Once I've done both of them, all I've done is I've hooked it over my pull-up bar. But if you don't have a pull-up bar at home, you just need a tree or something strong that you can anchor it on, chuck it over the top. From there I now have myself fully functioning TRX. So now we're bringing the TRX or the suspension train indoors. We need to know how to safely secure it to be able to use it. So using a normal TRX or normal suspension train, they come with one of these. It's a little door anchor, so it's this little wedge. It's got a hook onto, or sorry, a loop on the end, which allows us to clip the carabiner on. Now it's really important that we make sure that we do it on a door that shuts and pulls in, so then that's going to hold the door shut. If I do it the other way around, that's going to pull the door open and you're going to fall flat on your face. Just make sure that you film it for you've been framed if you do. So that would just hook over there, shut that, and now that's going to hold on nice and tight. The bathroom door is the only one I've really got that I can do this on. Cool. But if you haven't got one of these, we need to make our own. Really simple to do. All I've done here, I've got a dressing gown cord, because it's thin enough, it's flat enough to go through the top of the door frame. Tied a knot in the end, that's going to anchor on. So if I slot that over there, keep hold of that, I've now got a loop to work from. Yep, easily done. So the TRX that I took from outside, because now I'm indoors, it's way too long. Yeah, because it was designed to hang over a tree or something. So to shorten it up and still be able to use it for taking outside as well, all I've done is where you've got the handle, the locking nut and the end of it, what I've done is just tied off, shortened it all up a little bit and tied off, so I've taken out sort of about a metre's worth of slack to allow me to use that. So all I'm going to do is thread in that into my loop, pop that, the two nuts through there, take that out, take the slack piece out, that's now hanging in the middle as my TRX. I then hook that over the door, out of the way, that now shut, and I've got my TRX trainer all set up. I'm ready to go. Yeah. And I can still adjust the lengths on it. If I find that I've still got it too long, all I need to do is give myself some more slack by taking some of that out. I don't even have to undo that knot. All I do is just tie that off again. That's now shortened the whole TRX. I'm just going to make this. Yeah. So that's them both level. And then I can easily use the nut just to balance off where everything goes. So it's not the quickest and easiest for trying to do some different circuits, but it's certainly going to work and it's going to allow me to do my workout indoors. Yeah. Just be mindful that this is a home kit, so we don't want to be putting our entire body weight onto things and really hanging on it. You might damage your door, you might damage your door frames. Do be mindful of that. Now, if we didn't have these bits to be able to make our own TRX inside, I was having a bit of a think about what else could I do instead. And all I did was find the pillowcases that matched the duvet sheet from the body pump duvet sheet that we found. Really don't like the pattern on these, so I was quite happy just to cut up the seam, up the length of it on both sides, so it then unfolded to become one long piece. Yeah. All I then did was tie a knot in one end to become the anchor, so that's going to sit over there. So I'll slot that in there. Tied a knot in the end, so that's going to anchor on. Now it's really important that we twist it a lot. The twisting is going to try and add a bit more tension so that the weight is distributed through the fabric a lot more. If you don't twist it, you're going to find the fabric's easily going to tear, which means obviously it's not going to work. What I then did is I needed a bit of a handle, so you could just pull on it, but I needed a bit of a handle, so all I found is this is a lanyard. Yeah. Just one of these things that I found lying around. I did a little reef knot. If you're not sure what a reef knot is, just go on Google or go to Scouts and they'll show you what a reef knot is. Attach that on with a reef knot. Every time I've got to remake sure that I twist that on, but I can quite comfortably hang onto that and put a decent amount of weight onto that. 2 pillowcases, 2 lanyards, I can hook them together, and then I've got 2 TRXs. If I need to adjust the length of it, I can adjust the knot at the back, do a new knot, and it gets a bit faffy trying to do that. I'll see if I can come up with another way of trying to create the shortening without trying to use things like locking nuts. But yeah, otherwise it still gives me a form of suspension training that I can lean into, push into, pull into and change my angles with. Cool. Hope you found that useful.